So one last thing, and we'll wrap it up with this, Alberto, and then I'll ask you as well, Steve. You know, we do a lot of deals every day. We see projects from all sizes, from all yields and so forth. You know, from an investor's perspective, who says, guys, I don't really understand how to run the numbers quickly to make that kind of determination. What could they do when they talk to you to get this kind of information, to get this quick analysis so they can compare?
I would say they need to just be open and receptive, honestly. When they look at HIS, they need to look at friends. You know, building that rapport to be relationship focused, because that's what we're here for. We understand that not everybody is a savvy investor or doesn't know how to look at the details of numbers like we do. This is what we do every single day. So from my perspective, just be open about the deal. Tell me what you're trying to do, what your strategy is, and what your experience level is. Let me help you walk through this deal.
Right.
And then let me help you run through a deal.
Agreed.
That's the perfect scenario, is let me teach you and we can work together so we can learn from each other, because there's some stuff I don't know that they know about the property, and then there's stuff that I can bring to the forefront and say, hey, did you also consider this, this, and this?
Exactly.
And that's how we win.
It's a great partnership.
Correct.
And you know what's interesting, and this isn't just for a new investor. You and I were recently dealing with an investor that probably buys 5 or 6 or 7 properties every single month. And we did about 6 deals with them before we said, pause, wait a minute, you're supposed to be a seasoned investor. All the new deals you're bringing to the table are very marginal at best.
Yes.
What's going on? His answer is, well, I take more risks than you. Let me tell you something. That's a great moment for us to coach and teach a guy that's supposedly a master at this, right, who's doing a lot of deals. And so what we found is some of these investors they have to live off of this machine because they've built this machine. If they don't buy, they don't make money. So what ends up happening is, because that's only the one thing they do, they compromise in order to continue to feed the beast. And when you do that, you expose your entire business model. And so this is a perfect example of an opportunity where Alberto was able to talk to the client, have a conversation. This is a seasoned veteran. Most people wish they could do the numbers that person's doing. But when you break down the core and you really go in there, there's no more substance. There's only speculation. And so we were able to get there, look at the core situation, speak life into him, and help him to restructure some of those deals so that he's not exposed. And I think that's more valuable than any deal that you could ever do. Would you agree?
I would
Absolutely.
agree.
And Steve, your words of wisdom for an investor, you know, obviously you've done the active thing and now you're a passive investor primarily. You started that division for us, in fact. What would be some words of wisdom that you would share with some of the audience about being an investor in situations like this?
What I would say is, after looking at these items here, you can win either way. In my case, I was an active investor. I was a landlord. I still am a landlord for 30-some years, and I got sick of dealing with tenant issues. What I would suggest is take a look at your IRAs. Take a look at your cash, and is your money making money? And then, is it making 8%?